Good evening, folks. How are you doing on this Saturday evening? I just thought I'd stop in and have a talk with you about dreams. Many of us are having dreams um, now more than ever. I'm seeing it on other platforms, hearing about it. A lot of people, they blow it off. But I want to explain something to you about dreams. I've been getting very informative dreams ever since I was a kid, and they weren't just random dreams that once you woke up and washed your face and brushed your teeth, you no longer could remember the dream. No, these were very vivid dreams that you don't forget, like lifelike dreams, right? Things you can relate to. Let me explain. When I was younger, and even now, but this is the way it started with me. When I was younger, I'm trying to put it, maybe 10, 12 years old, I would get dreams. Okay. When these dreams started, they scared me so bad. And they weren't nightmares. But the reality of the dream scared me so bad, I was afraid to turn the lights off when I went to sleep. I was afraid of the dark. And because that's how real the dreams were. As unpleasant as this sounds, I didn't realize they were prophetic dreams. I was too young. I didn't realize it. I am not saying I'm a prophet in no way, shape, or form. But it's almost like the guardian angels were sending these messages to me to make me aware. I know I've got you totally confused right now. I would get dreams of people, aunts and uncles, grandparent. They'd be alive, well, going about their life, and I'd get a dream about them. Not together, just one. We'll start out with my one aunt, okay? I got a dream about her. Very clear dream where I could see myself walking into a funeral home, walking up to the casket, and I would see my aunt. And I'd turn around and my uncle would be there and my dad and all the relatives would be there. And I'd wake up And I'd be like, "Well, that's strange. She's not gone." And so I'd give it a couple of days. Now, those kind of dreams stick in your head, right? I'd give it a couple of days and I'd give this aunt a call. "How you doing?" And she'd say, "I'm doing fine. How's school?" And I'd say, Fine." I said, "I just wanted to see how you're doing." I said, "I think Dad and I are gonna visit this weekend." And, you know, just, "Okay." And I'd let it go, but the dream was there. It would stick. And about a month later, my dad would get a phone call. This aunt passed away unexpectedly, pass away. And the first time that happened, and he told me, "And so and so passed away." I didn't know what to think. I didn't know, "Oh my god, I I didn't wish that on her. What why would I dream that?" And then it happens. And so I tried to put that out of my mind. I let go of that guilt that it wasn't I wasn't putting any bad mojo on that, you know? I can't control what I dream, but it was like maybe our higher power wanted to prepare me. Was it a preparation type emotional guard guard your emotions? This is gonna I didn't know what to think. I really didn't. And time would pass, and then I'd get another one. My uncle. I got a dream about him. And there I am, walking in the funeral parlor, walking it up, and there he laid. And I'm like, "Oh, no, this can't be happening. He's doing fine. He's doing fine." Sure as hell, within a month, I'd get a phone call. Uncle died. So now this is really freaking me out, right? Because I'm like, I don't understand this. I I'm not psychic in any way, shape, or form. I don't know why I'm getting these dreams. And now I've got like every light in the house lit when I go to bed, you know. Because here's another thing I would think. I was afraid every time I would go to a viewing and that I would come home and I would not be able to sleep. It would take me at least 2 weeks to be able to get to sleep. Why? Because I was afraid that they were gonna come in spirit form and wake me up to talk to me. This was what my intuition felt that I was too afraid to go to sleep because 'cause we're scared of ghosts. I just had that sense that they were gonna come and talk to me, and it would take me about 2 weeks before I'd get a good solid night's sleep, and I'm telling you, every light was on because I wasn't gonna see nothing in the dark. I mean, I didn't wanna see anything in the dark. That would be spooky, that would be creepy, so I had all the lights lit. I don't know if I thought the lights would keep them away or what, but anyway, it's just what I did. I was, you know, now I'm getting into my 20s, right? My early 20s, and every time this would happen and a relative would pass, it wasn't a surprise to me. And then I got a dream about my dad, and that horrified me. I didn't want that dream at all. I didn't want any of these kind of dreams, but it horrified me. And it's like, I gotta keep an eye on this, you know. But dad didn't come. That didn't happen in a month or two. It was it was a while, right? And he lived right next door to where I used to work. And one morning I got to work a little early, so I thought, "Oh, I'm gonna go next door and see if he's up for coffee." And I walked into his apartment and he was dead in the recliner. Shocking, of course. Nobody wants to find their father like that. Mentally, was it shocking? I had the dream. I also knew how I was gonna arrange things. I saw it in the dream. I saw every part of the event right down to the cemetery in that dream before he passed. Is that the way it went when he passed? Every step of it. Did I plan it that way? No. I was in shock, right? I was in shock. I went through the motions of doing the planning, but I think that was like my subconscious. That was because I was in horrendous grief, right? But in any case, when I look back at it, damn if it wasn't exactly like that dream. Can I explain any of this? No. And then I had a dream about my son, my oldest son. And I woke up after that dream and I'm like, no, 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 nope. That's just crazy. No. And I suppressed it. as deep as I could. Didn't wanna think about it, didn't wanna nothing, nothing. Couple of years went by, didn't think about it, right? And I came home from work one day, and he came to me and said, "Take me to the hospital. I'm getting pains up my arm and into my chest, I can't breathe." And just as he was entering the emergency room driveway, he coded in the we had transferred him to an ambulance because he decided he didn't want me to take him. I think he knew he didn't wanna die in my car. And, just as the ambulance got to the driveway to go into the ER, he coded in the ambulance. So once they got him in, they started CPR immediately, and he didn't respond. I can't explain to you what I felt. I don't think any parent can explain other than numbness, disbelief. I was screaming, I remember that. I was screaming. I was screaming at the heavens. I was screaming. And then after it all settled down, probably a few months later, that deep suppressed thought came forward, and I thought, I dreamt about that. I dreamt about it. I had totally forgotten. That's how deep suppressed I put that one. But I did dream about it. So now it's a joke, and my siblings, we get to talking, and we talk about old times, and they'll always ask me, "You haven't had any dreams about me, have you?" And I'm like, "No, I have not." And they're like, "Come on, you're not lying." And I'm like, "No, I am not lying, because in all honesty, I have not." Now, I have had 2 other dreams. The one I don't wanna talk about, but the other dream I dreamed was about myself. That's kinda scary. When you see yourself and you're observing the room, and you can describe what you're wearing, and you can describe who was there attending, and it's like you're standing in the back of the room watching it all. It's happening all in front of you. You're in spirit form, right? And you're looking at it all. That's creepy. But I'm here. Just because I dream doesn't mean it's gonna happen now or a month or even a year. I know for my son, there was, like, I wanna say a good 3 or 4 years from the time I had the dream until he actually passed away, and in fact, it was I suppressed it, but it was such a long period that I forgot about it until it happened, and then I denied it, and then a months into the grief, that's when I finally admitted that I did dream it, and there was absolutely no way of denying these dreams. Not when you have these kinda dreams, and then it happens. I'm not saying I can foresee the future because I don't get dreams like that. It's just I don't know why. I would like to think that that is my guardian angels preparing me emotionally because hell, my family started dying off when I was 4 years old when my grandpa died, and then I was 8 years old when mom died, and then consecutively aunts and uncles every 2 years, and I would lose the rest of mom's family, and then I started losing my dad's family, and I had a friend that had died, and then, a little niece died, and I mean, it's just been throughout my whole life, it's been this way, and, so I take dreams very seriously. Um, it would be nice if I got happy dreams. Well, I do. I do. I get signs and synchronicities in my dreams from my son has came to me in a dream, came to me, had a talk with me, picked me up, gave me a big hug. He always used to pick me up and hug me, and because he was big and I'm not that big. And he did it in a dream. And I asked him, I said, "Can you stay?" And he's like, "No, I gotta go." And then he turned around, walked away, and faded as he walked away, just faded away. And my dad came to me in a dream after the service. He came to me in a dream, and it was almost like an out of body experience when he came to me because he woke me up from a sound sleep and said, "Come on, let's go take a walk outside." And I got up out of bed and we walked outside. We walked around the block. And as we walked around the block, he thanked me for the beautiful service. He said, "You dressed me perfectly. That's exactly what I wanted to wear." And he's like, "I don't care what anybody says. You made me happy." Because, you do get some conflict from relatives. "Oh, you should have done this. You should have done that." And, you know, Everybody's got an opinion, right? They're like buttholes. Everybody's got one. But anyway, he came to me in a dream and just thanked me and said, "I don't want you to grieve me no more. I'm with your mother and I am very, very happy." And I said, "Okay." Prior to that dream, I was still a mess. I was still a mess. But he came to me, I'd say about a month after he died. And after he died, I could not get my life together. I could not. I couldn't get it together because of the grief. And then he came to me in a dream, and it was he wanted he wanted to clearly let me know that he was with mom, who, remember, she died when I was 8. So all these years my father didn't, you know, the love of his life was in heaven. And he always said, "I'm gonna go be with your mom, and someday," you know. But then after we talked and he walked me back to the bedroom and said, "I love you. I'm going back to your mom now." I said, "Okay." Now, I was sleeping. This happened in a dream. I woke up from that dream, and it's like all the heaviness of the grief was lifted. I knew he was happy. He told me that. I knew he was content with the way I held his service. He told me that. I knew he was in no more pain. He told me that. But the best part, he was back with mom and his brothers and sisters that had died before him. He was happy. He was happy in that dream. And when I woke up that next morning, it was like that heaviness of all that guilt, all that grief was lifted. I just I was relieved, I was content. Well, I can't say I was content, I still had to live my life without him, but at least I knew he was where he wanted to be, and he was happy. So, if you have dreams, the whole point of me telling you this, if you have dreams, those are messages. Not the stupid dreams, but the dreams that really stick and they're and you know it's a message. You know it's of importance. You could tell when you have a vivid lifelike dream. Take that seriously. It's your guardian angels giving you a message, or it's God giving you a message. Whatever your belief system is, it's a message. It was meant for you to know it. I I can't help but take my dreams very seriously because they come true. I don't ask for these dreams. I've just always had them, and I get gut feelings, and I don't I don't foresee the future. I don't get those kinda dreams. I guess I get the kinda dream where it's like, "Brace yourself, this is gonna happen," and it's like, "Oh, how do you brace yourself for that?" But I just wanted to talk to you about dreams, and I know a lot of people, like I said, on platforms, I'm hearing them talk about vivid dreams, and they've never had these before, and they don't know what to think, and I just wanted to fill you in on the dreams that I've had ever since I was a kid, and, they don't scare me anymore because I know there is a heaven. I know there is life after we're done here. I know that. My father showed me, and my son showed me. Why would I doubt them? They're not gonna lie to me as an angel. When you have a dream, keep a journal book by your bed and jot down the date and what the dream was. Just keep a diary of your dreams. And when an event happens, go look at your dreams. Go through your diary and look at your dreams. You might find a coincidence. Just a suggestion. I thought I'd share this with you because I saw the topic come up so much on the internet, and, you know, there's a lot of chatter about weird dreams people are having, and I just thought I'd tell you about mine and see if it resonates with you. Please do me a favor and like this video. I got to get these algorithms up. Please like the video, subscribe. I'll have more stories for you, more dreams, more coincidences, but I don't believe in coincidence. So, again, please like, please subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. I don't ask for nothing. And tell me your story in the chat. Let me know what you think. You have a good weekend. I love you all, and I will see you soon. Sweet dreams.